All right, everybody. So here we go live from the kitchen. So what we got here is we got two Boston butts. This one is 8.5, almost 9 pounds. And this one is 9.5 pounds. So 9 and 9. So we got 18 pounds of Boston butt, bone-in Boston butt. And you see they're not humongous, but they're pretty thick Boston butts. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get these out of the package. We're going to get them seasoned up. We're going to do a full cost breakdown on this cook. So we got a $22 butt and a $24 butt. So that's $46, or yeah, 24 and 22. So that's $46. So we got $46 of Boston butt. And we'll do a full cost breakdown. How much this is I'm gonna use to feed my family, how many meals, and I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna cook it. I got this pan over here that I'm gonna be smoking them on, so all the drippings go down in the pan and instead of the barrel of the smoker for easy cleanup. It's kind of like a little pro tip. But we're gonna get these Boston butts out of the package, get them seasoned up, and about to get them on the smoker for the day. So we'll see y'all in just a second. And this is one thing I love about pellet smokers. So what we're gonna do is got this bad boy plugged up, turn that sucker on. We're gonna put it at 260, and we're gonna let that thing rock at 260 all day long. Got full of pellets, and I'll top it off in a couple hours. Just easy peasy. And another thing I love is the ease of it, and with a pellet smoker on a really long cook, you don't have that, it's been smoking for 12, 15 hours and that harsh wood smoke. So now I love cooking over charcoal. I love cooking over wood, but only for a couple hours at a time. Anything longer than that, I love using the pellet smoker because it don't have that as harsh of a wood smoke. Pellet smoker is kind of like roasting it and smoking it and braising it all at the same time. But the ease of it is the best thing. You just turn it on, set it to the temp, set it and forget it, check it every so often, and it's just, smooth sailing. So we're gonna get this cook underway. I'm gonna get the pellet grill rocking at 260, get these Boston butts put on, and get ready for some possible winter weather, and make some Boston butts in advance. So we have some Boston butt in the freezer, so if we get snowed in, iced in, it's freezing cold outside, we got some good food to eat at home. So we'll see y'all in a few. All right, got the Boston butts out of the package, and you can see I got one with the fat cap side up and then the fat cap side down. Looks good. That thick shoulder meat, Boston butt, otherwise known as pulled pork. We'll get these babies seasoned up. Like I said, I got them on this pan with this elevated rack, so all the juice and the drippings go down in the pan, and they don't go down in the bottom of my smoker, because that can cause a grease fire, cause just a mess to clean up. So most of the time, every cook, I do this for easy cleanup. So anyway, we'll be back in just a minute. All right, so I got these two Boston butts seasoned up, and you can use whatever rub you want, but this is a homemade rub by my dad. Actually, we call it the stuff. He's never told anybody what's in it, which is crazy, but but it's good stuff. It's salt, pepper, garlic. It's a bunch of other seasonings and spices. You use whatever rub you want. Some people just like salt and pepper. Some people like to use salt, pepper, garlic. Some people would like to use all these flavorful barbecue rubs. You use whatever you want to. That's the whole thing about cooking. You make it taste how you want it to. Today in my house, I'm using the stuff that my dad makes. So here's another pro tip. So when you're seasoning your meat for cooking, season it over your sink. No matter if you have a small sink or a large sink or whatever have you, season your meat over the sink so you don't have to mess up your sink and tick off the wife. Or if this is a woman cooking, you don't have to tick off the husband and get seasonings and stuff everywhere. So little pro tip, little help, cook, season your meat over the sink for super easy cleanup. And we're gonna get these Boston butts on the smoker. All right, so as I said, we got the Boston butts on the smoker. Got them over a thick aluminum pan with an elevated wire rack, and they're gonna sit there and smoke all day long. And that pan is gonna keep the smoker spotless clean. As you can see, the inside of my smoker's clean. So anyway, easy cleanup, all day smoke. It's getting windy outside, so we're just gonna let the pellet smoker do his thing and be an all day cook, and we'll see how it's looking in a few hours. Four hours in. Looking good. Checking the internal temp here soon, so let this baby keep smoking. Alrighty, so we are 8.5 hours into this cook. So 8.5 hours on the pellet smoker, and they look awesome. Slow smoking all day. Look at all the color of that fat. That fat's just cooking down, rendering down. That's gonna be some good stuff. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pour a little water on it. I don't have any beef broth. I thought I did. So I'm gonna pour a little bit of water in there, wrap it in aluminum foil, and put it in the oven for an hour or two and let it really tenderize and get to temperature. So I pulled them off the smoker about 150-ish internal temp, so 150 something degrees, almost 160. And I'm gonna put some water on it just to kind of steam them up, break it down, cook it down, and get it super, super tender underneath that aluminum foil. And I'll pull it out around 200, 203 degrees internal temperature for melt in your mouth pulled pork. Yeah, baby. I got it in a 375 degree oven with some aluminum foil wrapped over it. Let it braise for a couple hours to finish up. And there we go. Exactly 11.5 hour cook. So 8.5 hour smoke and 3 hour braise. All that good juice down there that I'm gonna pour over that butt. 8.5 hours on the smoker, 3 hour braise in the oven. 8 hours on the smoker, 8.5 hours on the smoker, 3 hours to finish in the oven for a total of 11.5 hour cook. That pork is just glistening, super tender. It is literally butter. Right at 200 degrees. It is literally butter. Butter, butter. Probe in the background. This one's temping it right at 200. Butter. Pork butter. So 11.5 hour cook. Now I'm gonna let it rest for about 30, 45 minutes. And I'm gonna shred some of it and I'm gonna slice some of it. Sweet. All right, everybody, so that cook is a wrap. It has been an exact 12-hour cook. So what I did was I got these 2 Boston butts. One of them was $22. The other one was $24. So that's 46 bucks. So for the sake of easy math, we'll call it $50 after tax. So 2 Boston butts, 18 pounds for $50. Smoked them for 8.5 hours on the pellet smoker. I braised them in the oven at 350 degrees or 375 degrees for about 3 hours. So an 8.5 hour smoke, a 3 hour braise, and then I let them rest for 30 minutes. And then I'm going to slice some of it and I'm going to shred some of it. So it is exactly 12-hour cook from beginning to end. And it was awesome cook, easy. That's why I love pellet smokers. But anyway, so full price breakdown. So we'll call it after tax 50 bucks. And these 2 Boston butts at minimum, we'll go on the conservative end, at minimum will feed my family 4 different times. So 4 meals off of these 2 Boston butts at minimum, which equals out to $12.50 a meal. And that's feeding my family of 4 and maybe a couple of other family or friends. So you cannot beat that. I mean, literally you're feeding a family of 4 to 6 people 4 times for $12. You can't beat that. $12 a meal, $50 total. So, you know, it's cheap, it's easy. People always ask me, how do you eat so much meat? You must spend a whole bunch of money. No, not. When you cook in bulk, you buy in bulk sometimes, you can feed a whole bunch of people for $12. So that's a wrap. This is Cooking with Truett, and I hope to see y'all on the next one. Peace. It's going to be some good stuff. Shredded Boston butt and sliced Boston butt. That's pork-tastic, baby. Pork-tastic. Porkerific. I love big butts and I cannot lie.